are over 800 species of hermit crabs. Most species are completely marine, often inhabiting tide pools and rarely leaving the water. One species inhabits freshwater, and some species live close to shore, but spend much of their time on land. They are typically small, timid creatures that are primarily active at night. All are decapod crustaceans with 5 pairs of legs. They have sensory hairs and antennae to use as vibration sensors. Their eyes are set on stalks. Their front parts are covered by an external skeleton similar to other crabs. They must shed their exoskeleton as they grow. Some species can live for decades. Most hermit crabs have long soft tails that are unprotected. Because of this, almost all species protect themselves by occupying an empty shell, typically a snail shell. They coil their tail deep inside their shell. They can withdraw their whole body into the shell when threatened. The first pair of their legs are claws that are used for defense and eating. The second and third pairs are used for walking. The last 2 pairs hold the hermit crab in its shell. It is almost impossible to remove them from their shells without harming them. They typically only leave their shells when they've grown and need to swap for a larger shell. And this exchange takes place incredibly fast. They will even fight other crabs for the best shell. They don't try to use shells that already have healthy snail inhabitants. Instead, they're able to smell dead or dying snails, which can lead them to a potential shell. Shells are often swapped in a chain. When one hermit crab leaves for a bigger shell, a smaller crab moves into the discarded shell, and so on. When snail shells are scarce, hermit crabs get creative. They may occupy things like clam shells, pieces of bamboo, or bullet shells. They often mistake a plastic bottle cap or a container for a new home. Thousands of hermit crabs die each year from getting caught in plastic debris. When a trapped crab dies, they release a pheromone signal to other crabs that there may be a shell available, luring more crabs to their death. Many species of fish, along with animals like sea stars, larger crabs, and birds, like to prey on them. Hermit crabs have been observed placing sea anemones on their shells for the animal's stinging protection against predators. The crabs themselves are scavengers that like to eat things like tiny mussels and clams, bits of dead animals, and macroalgae. The sea anemone benefits by consuming bits of the crab's food. Despite their name, hermit crabs can be quite social. They sometimes live in large groups of 100 or more. They don't breed well in captivity, and so the numerous land hermit crabs found in pet stores and tourist shops are taken from the wild. This is considered an unsustainable practice.